right, welcome. Today we're talking about a hard lesson, but an important lesson. Many CEOs and founders, myself included, are very passionate about their companies. They love their companies. I mean, we've put a lot of emotion, time, money, resource into our companies. But no matter how much we love our companies, here's the hard truth. Most people just don't care. So today we're going to talk about that. Talk about the things that companies do when they have a misperception about how much people care and what we can do to get people to care about our companies. All right, we're going to kick this off with a story. We were brought in to work with a mid-sized B2B SaaS company and their CEO. And their CEO had a big personality. Like if he was in the room, you knew it. If he was telling a story, even if you weren't in the immediate audience, you heard his story. And everything he did was great, and everything his company did was great. And so when he first got started, he leaned into his network, and they were able to acquire a few customers. And the customers did like the product. They found value in the product. And based on that success, he said, I want to grow my business further. So he invested a little bit in marketing. He really expanded his sales team, and they began doing outreach. But growth was hard to come by. In addition, this was a new category, so forget about the 95-5 rule. You know, the rule that says only 5% of prospects are actually actively in the buying or actually making a buying decision. We're talking more like the 99-1 rule. Like basically no one was looking for this. They just weren't aware that this was a solution to even look for. And so it wasn't 95-5 at all. It was like 99-1. And this made growth very challenging. But the CEO, he just didn't get it. He's like, our product is so good. Our company is so good. Why don't people care? There was also in the category a newer startup company, and they were getting attention. They were getting press mentions. They were being invited to speak at conferences. They had a lot of buzz around them. And that drove the CEO crazy. He's like, why are people so into this company? Their product is terrible. Our product is so much better. But what the CEO didn't get was that no matter how passionate he was about the company, no matter how great he thought the product was, people just don't care by default. I mean, people don't care whether our companies thrive or die. And it's not that they like or dislike us, they just don't care at all. Here's two sobering statistics. One, of the companies that were on the Fortune 500 list in the year 2000, 52% of them are no longer in business. And it's also said 90% of startups fail. But whether the company is a startup or a Fortune 500 company, no one cares if they're no longer in business. No one thinks about those companies any longer if they're not in business. And that's the default position, that people just don't care. So if we step back and really think about this, we'll realize that it is true. People don't really care about our companies unless we get them to care. But this misperception about how much people care causes companies to make bad decisions, to do bad marketing. So what do? Well, first off, they think they're delivering enough value because their company is so great or their product is so great. So they think they're actually delivering enough value when they're not. Two, they think if they just communicate enough, they're going to convince people that they want this product. If they just send one more email or make one more phone call or show one more ad, people are going to be convinced that they have this need. The third thing is they don't think they need to build relationships. And then finally, they think people want to hear about their product. So these are the four things businesses do. They think they're delivering enough value. They think if they communicate enough, people are going to be interested in their product. They think they don't need to build relationships, put the hard work in and build relationships. And they think people really want to hear about their product. But none of those things are true. I mean, there's a ton of research out there showing that those things don't work. And I think at the end of the day, it's because people don't care. So we need to change our perspective. And when a business is able to change its perspective on how much people care, they can actually take actions to get people to care. All right, to wrap up, three things for today. One is people really don't care about our businesses. No matter how passionate, how much we love them, people don't care about our businesses. Two, when companies act like people do care, when they think people do care, it causes them to make bad decisions, to do bad marketing. It's really off-putting when you address someone like they actually care when they don't. That's the wrong approach. And then finally, take the steps to get people to care. Deliver extreme value, things that they can't live without. Build those emotional connections. Communicate broadly. build relationships.